Hey guys, how's it going? Twiggs here. So we're going to be checking out a video by Stioorg. As you know, I've watched and reacted to several videos of his in the past, but I want to check out his take. Because again, I'm on this journey of just accumulating as much information as I can about people's takes on Zenless Zone Zero. And his video is titled, Why Are Players Disappointed in Zenless Zone Zero? So I want to understand his take on how he feels about Zenless Zone Zero and what his interpretation on why players are disappointed in the game. So with all that being said, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. Hitting that like button helps me out, helps get the video out there. Hitting that subscribe button helps us grow a community over here, helps us grow the channel. And also, I'm going to leave a link in the description below for Stioorg's video so you guys can go and hit that like and subscribe button for him. He's a great content creator. He always delivers on his discussion pieces and his takes on gaming. So with all that being said, let's hear Stioorg out on his thoughts.
So I want to talk about the real reason why people are not satisfied with Zenless Zone Zero. Of course, we're showing my opinion on the game. So let's get straight to the point. The first real reason why people are not satisfied with the game is like the game is too easy for them. All you have to do is left click. Some people aren't feeling the rewards from the gameplay. But I actually want to preface this and I want to say that the game for me is kind of enjoyable. I will probably rate it a 6 out of 10, maybe a 6.5 if I'm generous. But I want to say that the first like 20 levels of the game aren't very enjoyable until you actually get to the new modes and try some endgame mode, and it becomes a little more challenging the more you play it. And I think that if the game is going to be always casual like that, it's going to only like get a very niche audience, and it will probably be my first gacha game that I play on mobile. I do not enjoy gacha games on mobile, but I think this is going to be a good one. But another reason why people aren't satisfied, I think that if the game launched before Wuthering Waves, I would think that it would get a better reception, because people already tried how you can get one shot from bosses and how a lot of modes aren't that easy, and then we went to a very easy game. I can see that point, but to be honest, let's be real, the game is overhated. I think that
the game 100% is suffering from having to follow up from Wuthering Waves. Let's be clear, that is 100% true. We got Wuthering Waves, the epitome of a great combat experience in a gacha game that does offer a challenging difficulty, especially when it comes to the holo battles. And by the holo battles, I mean Wuthering Waves hologram battles. And where ZZZ did 100% market itself to be a more combat-focused experience compared to other Hoyo games, well, people started comparing it to Wuthering Waves, and it fell short. It fell short drastically. And so, to my point, and this is just me having just a minor disagreement with Stioorg, when you fail to play follow-up to Wuthering Waves, when you were marketing yourself as a combat-focused game by hoyoverse, and you purposely counter-marketed against Wuthering Waves so you could try to capture Wuthering Waves' player base, you're going to get what you get. It's the old saying, fuck around and find out. Zenless Zone Zero fucked around and they found out. Is there hate going towards Zenless Zone Zero? Maybe possibly because people are just wanting to hop on board the hate train. That's fair. I could see that definitely 100% happening. And if in that sense, yes, there is probably some over hate. But I think Zenless Zone Zero 100% has to be criticized for literally fucking around and finding out.
That a lot of people are either hating for fun or the things that they don't like are just personal preference. Like for example, let's talk about the TV mode, okay? The TV mode is probably the worst thing they did on the game. And I actually agree that the TVs in a lot of things kind of useless. Like why did you put TVs here and there, and a lot of it in the main story? Like they need to change that. They need to make it easier for a lot of people. To be honest, in modes like the simulated universe of this game, I actually enjoyed the TVs. TVs. Yes, I thought they had a meaning inside this mode, in only this mode. I thought, okay, keep the TVs in this mode. This is good. But in a lot of other modes, in a lot of other ways you play the game, there's no need to do TVs every time. So they definitely need to change TVs. But at the same time, I found that TVs are kind of personal preference too. Like I found some people that like.
I don't think so. So I do agree with Stioorg in the sense that I didn't really mind the TVs in the simulated universe mode. It didn't bother me as bad because there wasn't really a story surrounding it. And that is my take. I don't like the TVs and the adventure and the story because it ruins the immersion of what's going on. For example, and this is a huge one, there was a moment in the story where an accident or some kind of incident happened. I don't exactly remember. And we had to go rescue people. We had to go about and save people from monsters. And we were looking for our younger sister, this character here, Belle. Well, let's actually experience it. Let's experience whatever attack is going on. Let's experience what kind of peril these survivors are going through in this incident and actually rescue them. Like legit. And yes, you can say, well, there was the combat part where we did go save them from the monsters. Yes, but I want to experience everything in game that led up to that. When we go back to the TV mode, after we've saved all the people that were in the incident, we then had to escort them to safety and get them out of whatever the hell happened. We experienced all of that through the TV stuff. We didn't actually experience that in an actual setting that the game was trying to tell you. And that, in my opinion, is the biggest fucking issue with the TV stuff, is that it 100% ruins the immersion. And I know I'm speaking mostly from my subjective opinion, but I feel pretty validated in my take just because there's no way around it. It 100% can be viewed as immersion breaking. And I honestly would be hard pressed to see how anyone would view it differently. But yes, I think this TV stuff, just based on immersion breaking, is really bad. And I honestly don't see how the ZZZ team can fix that, because it's so integrated into the story.
TVs, and even myself, I kinda enjoy them sometimes. I won't say that I never enjoy TVs and puzzles, but maybe because I like puzzles, you know? Would I say that most people like puzzles? I don't think so. No, the Zenless Zone Zero experience is good to see, not to play. At least for day one. After that, the game improves even more, like I'm in day 2 now. But day 1 feels kinda slow, it feels kinda annoying, the game is easy. Although the gameplay looks very, very good, it's not very enjoyable. It has some depth in it, but you don't need it. That's my problem with Genshin. But even Genshin was more enjoyable as a start, or even for a whole month or 2, to learn how to do the reaction, to dodge sometimes. But here the mobs need like to hit you like 20-30 times to kill you. This is insane. At least from the start. I'm talking like this is the start of the game. And I do know the game has to be easy from the start, especially for gachas. Even Weathering Waves, the crownless fight, the first crownless fight is easy, but I think that they went too easy on the players. But looking at the gameplay is very, very smooth. There's something about the game that's very smooth that I like. The movement looks very cool. There's a lot of things that are good in the game, but you cannot use that, you know, you cannot utilize what you're doing. So I do not think that the game is bad. I think there's a lack of difficulty in the game, that's it. Because, for example, I like the story. I like how they present the story, even though I didn't expect to like it. I was like, okay, this is a visual novel, I won't be able to like this story, but no, the story was actually enjoyable to me.
So, again, I can't comment too much of the story because I lost interest in the story roughly from the beginning. I didn't really care for the setting, I didn't really care for what was going on, and it lost interest. It's like the game pretty much had no chance against me. So I'm just going to be completely frank with you guys when it comes to the narrative. But I will agree, when you look at these cutscenes and you look at the animation, it is really good. I think the way they presented the story is really good. But I 100% think that at least from the very beginning, the story is just completely uninteresting. But again, that's coming just right from the very first mission.
The gameplay is also enjoyable. There's some cool strategy to it if the mobs are doing some damage, which they will do when you progress into the game. But it's still not enough for now. I hope that the more I progress into the game, a little challenging. I want to need to dodge at least once or twice. Because for now, especially day one, it felt like button mashing. You only like use left click and that's it.
So again, I'm basing my opinion on 6-ish hours of playtime, getting up to level 21. And in that time frame, I just wasn't enjoying myself. And since I didn't enjoy myself, I quit. It wasn't for me. I didn't like it. I left. But I can stand on the same grounds that the gameplay does look good. The animations do definitely look good. But based on my experience and based on what I'm seeing from a lot of other people, it's a game that looks good, has flashy combat, but no real substance. There's nothing really to it. And that's the shared sentiment that I'm noticing on my journey through this game, is that it seems like the majority opinion is that sentiment that I just stated.
As a start, as an opinion, I think the start of the game isn't the best, isn't the most enjoyable. Does it deserve all the hate for now? No, we need to complete the whole thing. I actually don't think players should do everything. Let content creators do their thing, let some free-to-play players go through the whole content, and you can see some different opinions about the game. For me, the game is a 6 out of 10. I'm not quitting the game any sooner. Even though the game feels like a hack and slash now, it kind of feels fun, and I can see that it's promising. The devs are doing a bad job in presenting how the game will look like in the future, because they sometimes say, okay, it's a casual game, and then in the live stream go ahead and say we will implement more harder things in the future. So yes, I will also blame hoyoverse for what they did. So anyway, that was my opinion. We will see in the future. That was the video. Bye bye.
But I think Stioorg has a 100% fair take. He seems to be, for the most part, enjoying the flashiness of the combat. And that's fine. The combat 100% is really flashy. But I hope that the game can eventually deliver. If the game can't deliver on endgame, but what I am coming from is that I don't think a player should have to just keep suffering through a game that they're not enjoying just because there is some kind of promised land at the end of the game where, oh, the game just completely turns around and the game just 100% gets great. For example, I was looking into One Piece because One Piece is a fairly big anime. It's got like currently over 1,000 episodes into it, and that's a big anime. That's a lot of episodes to be committed to, and not just that, but One Piece has a lot of filler, so you have to kind of weave your way through the filler if you want to just dodge the filler. And I was reading a post on Reddit, and one person asked the same question that I asked, which is, when does One Piece really grab you, really get you into it? And the person right below it said, definitely around episode 250. Now, that's not what really true. I think One Piece starts to get good around the Alabasta arc, which is, I think, 70-ish. But to tell somebody they have to watch 250 episodes into an anime and then it gets really good is unreasonable. That's a big fucking commitment to want to watch 250 episodes into an anime. But this is the same principle. You are basically saying you have to spend however many hours into ZZZ until ZZZ apparently, or hopefully, turns around and is really good. You can't ask somebody to commit that, to reasonably commit that. If somebody is not enjoying it, they're not enjoying it. Simple as that. And nobody should have to suffer through a game that is not doing it for them to get to the promised land of endgame. And like I said in my previous video, usually a game's endgame is just what it already delivers, only turned up to 11. So if you're not liking what a game is giving you currently, you're more than likely not going to enjoy the end game. I'm going to be looking forward to hearing what people say when they do get to the end game, when they do the end game, and hearing what their take is. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Hitting that like button helps get the video out there. Hit that subscribe button, helps us grow a community over here, helps us grow the channel, and I'm trying to hit 500 subs and beyond, so definitely, if you guys can hit that subscribe button, I'd greatly appreciate it. And hit that link down in the description below to Stioorg's video. Hit that like button for him and hit that sub button for him. He's a great content creator, and I enjoy his videos. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.